What is Bio-Strath? Strath is a yeast product. It is a herbal yeast product. So in a first step, what we do, we combine yeast and herbs. We cultivate the yeast and we feed the yeast with herbs. And on this way, we get the Bio-Strath herbal yeast. And Bio-Strath herbal yeast is unique. Nobody can copy it. Only we know the herbs which are in. This is a unique thing. Now the yeast has a problem. Yeast is a fantastic microorganism. Here you see the yeast cell, mother cell and daughter cell. The multiplication goes in half an hour. After half an hour we have from one cell 2 cells. Or once we have a kilo, in half an hour 2 kilos, 4 kilos and so on. But when we open the yeast cell, when we cut it, you see the cellular membrane, you see the nucleus, you see the vacuoles and the mitochondrium. This is the life of this single cell. The yeast cell is very close to human cells. Genetically, yeast is known since 1996. The yeast has about 6,000 genes, and this genetic code is known since then. And 2/3 of the yeast genes are identical with human genes. So you see there is a strong relation. The yeast really contains all what is necessary for life. This is why the yeast can multiply with just some food. The problem the yeast has is that the cellular membrane here is too strong for our digestion. We cannot go and buy live yeast and eat it. It will not be digested by our organism. And as yeast is rich on B vitamin, when we would eat live yeast, we would risk to get vitamin B deficiency, because the yeast would act, as long as it is alive in our body, as a vitamin B rubber to take out the B vitamins. And of course it would not be good for us to eat live yeast, because it will provoke fermentations and problems in the intestine, in the gut. So in order to avoid all this, what we do, we open the yeast cell, we destroy the cellular membrane. And this process is called plasmolysis. So you see here before plasmolysis and here after plasmolysis. The cell is now open, the cellular liquid comes out, and our body can absorb all the ingredients from the yeast. So when we go back to the schema, we have yeast and herbs. Herbal yeast, unique for Strath, and then the plasmolysate, the herbal yeast plasmolysate, and then we have 2 formulations in Malaysia, the liquid, Strath liquid, with orange juice, malt extract and honey. Or we take the herbal yeast plasmolysate and we produce tablets. We dry it carefully, we add cornstarch, apple pectin and cellulose. And the third formulation, where we will think whether we can register it in Malaysia. We discussed yesterday, Mr. Law and myself. This is alcoholic extract in a drop form. And when we can register it, you will have, especially for doctors, the herbal yeast in a drop form.